Hello, everyone. My name is Giacomo. Thank you. I am part of Gleam's core team, and I'm here to talk about some new exciting things that are landing in Gleam 1.11, which got released just a week ago. For those of you who don't know Gleam, where have you been? And it's a type-safe and scalable language. It can run both on the Erlang virtual machine and on JavaScript runtimes by compiling to JavaScript. And Gleam, by design, is a simple language, so much so that it has just a single control flow mechanism, that is pattern matching, that I think we functional programmers all know and love, allowing us to express complex conditions in very nice-looking code. So a teacher with no students, a student with a given name, and so on and so forth. And if we have a look at the generated JavaScript code up until Gleam 1.10, you would see that if you squint hard enough, it's basically the same thing. Every single pattern is turned into the exact checks that we need to control in order to match a given branch and run the corresponding code. And while as nice and readable as this is not as efficient as it could be. Because here, we are basically forgetting about what we learn as we perform some checks, and we end up repeating those, checking that someone is a teacher twice, or that someone is a student twice. And so what we did in Gleam 1.11 is we set up to make this better and improve the code generation to make it faster. By working on some amazing pieces of literature, everything is shared in the Gleam release notes. And so we take a pattern matching and we turn it into a tree-like data structure, a decision tree, that allows us to generate code that at runtime behaves much better by not forgetting the checks we are performing and remembering the shape of our data. And so the code takes a different shape, a tree-like shape, a decision tree, and this behaves much better because now we're getting to the matching pattern as fast as we can by never repeating the same check twice. And if we have a look at numbers, it's quite impressive. So here I'm taking Lustre, for example, which is Gleam's own web framework. It implements its own virtual DOM algorithm with performance comparable to modern frameworks like React or Elm. And by not changing a single line of code and just upgrading to Gleam 1.11, if we have a look at the DOM diffing algorithm, which is written entirely in Gleam, we see an amazing 30% speed up, which is impressive since we haven't changed a single line of code. And you can expect the same level of performance improvement if your code relies on pattern matching heavily. Another really nice thing is better testing developer experience. Gleam is known and loved by its user because of its nice developer experience. And one place where it was a bit lacking was testing. In order to write a test, we used, well, functions. Something should equal something else. But a function does not carry all that information that we need to get the best testing experience that we can. For example, there's no line numbers. It has no access to the code that at runtime failed the test. And so the best we can do is show the true values and maybe something else. So in Gleam 1.11, we put one of the reserved keywords to good use, assert, to allow writing tests in a slightly different way. But since now that is part of the language, the compiler can add all those nice informations that we need for test runners to produce nice-looking outputs. And so, for example, here, using GleUnit, which is a Gleam test runner, we see that we get a nicer error message, where we get the code that we've written for the test. We see the line number, the function and the module it's coming from. We get way more information, the true values that we get at runtime, additional information we can add to the test to make things nicer and easier to grep if we have many failing tests. And so the developer experience gets so much better just by using a reserved keyword here. And there's actually so much more that doesn't fit in a lightning talk. I think I have just some seconds left. If you're curious about it, if you want to read more about decision trees and the literature that we've used, go check out gleam.run/news. It's where we post about all new releases. There's so much more, better error messages, new language server code actions, loads of bug fixing, or just go and have a chat with me. I also have loads of Gleam stickers to share, so please do reach out. Thank you so much once again. This is all from me.